Yo, welcome back. This video is a bit old. It's the seven deadly sins as YouTubers by wattable. It reminds me of that fan fiction like app, right? Or that there's an app with a similar name on a phone. Oh wait, was it a fan fiction or was it just a story? Whatever.
Seven
Let's get to
YouTubers
it.
that perfectly represent the seven deadly sins, and we'll be talking about all of them, starting
Dude, every time I see
YouTubers that perfectly represent the seven deadly sins,
his face, I just think of the now meme.
and we'll be talking about all of them, starting with envy. Envy is usually thought of as being jealous of someone else's life or possessions, but
Yep,
taking envy to the highest possible extreme is wanting to physically become someone else. The YouTuber Ollie
surgery.
London's obsession with the K-pop star Jimin is a sad but perfect example of the sin. In October of 2018,
It's just body dysmorphia or whatever. Like, there's a lot of people that have it. It's whatever.
the show Hooked on the Look, which covers people who have gotten extreme cosmetic surgeries, released an episode covering all
I don't even know what causes this, by the way. Like, people say the internet or like social media, because people like edit themselves in social media or whatever. But even without that, I think these people would still do it. It's just a mental illness.
Ollie, who at the time had spent over $100,000 to look like his idol Jimin. In the
Yep.
episode, Ollie discusses his various surgeries, including having all the fatty
BTS
tissues
shirt.
removed from his chest, reducing the size of his eyelids, and 4 rhinoplasties. The bizarre episode quickly went viral, gaining mainstream media coverage and spreading massively
This is who he wants to look like, right?
throughout every corner of the internet. Overnight, Ollie went from a nobody to a somewhat infamous semi-celebrity.
And what happens now is he gets more views equals more money equals more surgeries so he can pay for them. And it becomes a cycle because he pays for more surgeries, more people come to see it and make fun of him.
On February
He's
2nd,
fucked.
2019, Ollie made his first major move capitalizing on his newfound stardom, releasing a song called Perfection. The song was unsurprisingly hated, but what was surprising was that it peaked on number 31 on the iTunes K-pop charts, adding legitimacy to the idea that Ollie could turn his infamy into an actual career. The fact of the
Oh
matter
yeah,
was that
Tyler 1 did the same thing, right? He was like super like hated, then he slowly won people over.
Ollie was becoming somewhat famous for his erratic personality, but mainly
That's weird.
because of his strange obsession with
Having a dog lick your mouth is weird. Like, sorry, I know, like, why do people treat this as normal?
somewhat
He's
famous
going inside your mouth. That's fucking dirty. And yeah, sure, dogs like tongues are super clean or whatever. Same with cats. It's still dirty. Like, do you not feel
for his
weird
erratic
by
personality, but mainly because of his
ugh,
strange obsession with plastic surgery. His addiction may have reached a peak when he released a video titled Being Korean, where he explained that he had fully racially transitioned into an Asian person. The video
I don't think that's how it works. If you want to be Korean, you have to become a citizen, right? Or be born there. Those are like the two only options. And to gain citizenship in Korea, I'm pretty sure you have to denounce all your other citizenships. So you can only be like a citizen there. Or was that in Japan? I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure it works like that. You can only be a citizen there. They don't allow you to have like co-citizenship.
where he explained that he had fully racially transitioned into an Asian person. The video marked
So
the
weird.
absolute peak of Ollie's popularity, but it also revealed something very insightful about Ollie as a person. His addiction isn't necessarily to plastic surgery, but more so the attention he
Attention.
receives from it. Even though
Uh, that's the same with all these people who have plastic surgery. It's all about the attention. That's why they always like go bigger and bigger and more visible, I guess would be the word. Like you can see it more clearly. Like with the girl with the like super defined like features.
Even though Ollie may have lost his dignity because of his sin, he still has his freedom, which
Yeah,
is
because
something
there's plenty of girls who have plastic surgery and they still look like normal. They're not weird.
that can't be said of our candidate for pride. The sin of pride is generally understood
Pride. What can he do? Okay, he's showing off. Yeah, I can see. Yeah, this truck. Yeah, he shows off.
as believing you're greater than you actually are, especially when you feel the need to have your greatness affirmed by others. The YouTuber Omi in a Hellcat, whose real name is Bill Omar Carrasquillo, uploaded his first video on May 16th, 2019. The video opens with Omi walking out of his mansion and passing over a dozen of his all-white cars. Considering the fact that at this point he hadn't made any income off of YouTube, how did he get the money that
Oh wait, no. Yeah, no. This is the guy that ran that like a pirating site, right? Then he got arrested and lost everything.
allowed him to afford all of these luxuries? To answer that question, we'll also need to answer the question of how pride corrupted a very promising man's life. Omi started the journey into his sin when he discovered that he could make an insane amount of money by jailbreaking and reselling Amazon Fire Sticks.
And that's how I started making a lot of money.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
Buying these boxes from Amazon already preloaded and just reselling them for more money. I became a millionaire after a year.
Omi started his next and much more legal venture in 2017, about 1 year after he started selling his Fire Sticks, by creating his own television network called Gears TV. The network was created when Omi purchased an encoder from China, which he used to strip the encrypted access codes from almost every major cable television provider. He then streamed the cable TV onto his own dedicated servers and offered people access to these servers for a $15 a month fee. This was an insanely good deal for the customer, as paying for all the networks that Gears TV offered individually would cost upwards of $300 per month. This scheme would be what enabled Omi to really start bringing in the money, as it became one of the most used pirated television networks in the world. As Omi's income was really starting to ramp up, he shifted his focus away from the IPTV space and stopped talking about it entirely, likely because he understood that the more money he was earning, the more alarm bells he would raise for the government. Omi's fears materialized when on November 20th, 2019, the FBI raided his property, repossessing nearly all of his assets. After the raid, Omi would continue to post on his YouTube channel until March 7th, 2023. He was indicted for his crimes and was ordered to pay tens of millions of dollars to the IRS and the cable companies, along with serving a 5-year
Wait, IRS, did he not pay tax?
Prison sentence. The sad part about Omi's story is that it's clear he has big potential, but his towing into pride meant he wanted to take the easy way out to get more money, more success, and more status.
Wait, what potential? Like he's okay. Like he was scamming not people, but like televisions. Like he
without having to put in the real hours it takes to achieve those things legally. Even though Omi engaged,
well, he probably couldn't achieve it legally. That's why like 422. Like the reason the cable packages are 217.42 is because that's what you need to still make a profit. After like paying all the companies or the news stations, shows and everything that's like broadcasting in your thing, you realistically couldn't do it for 15. At least back then. But you can if you don't have to pay them, if you're just stealing from them. So yeah, whatever.
Takes to achieve those things legally. Even though Omi engaged in criminal behavior, like, it's always clear how important family is to him, which is difficult to say about our candidate for lust. Like, countless YouTubers have had their careers destroyed by scandals that involve them acting inappropriately. In a vast majority of these cases, the YouTubers did not want these scandals to happen and usually lost massive amounts of status and income because of them. So when choosing a creator,
was Johnson, right? I was gonna say Dwayne Johnson. No, it's not. Does he show it? No, he doesn't.
Status and income because of them. So when choosing a creator for lust, I chose someone, while definitely having their fair share of scandals they didn't want, chose to deliberately place themselves in one that would permanently ruin their image for their own financial gain. Adam22 is the creator of one of the most influential hip-hop podcasts on the internet, No Jumper. No Jumper is an extreme
Adam22, like I feel like I've seen him in like a clip or something. I think he's doing fine.
Successful podcast and has a bevy of sponsors, merchandise, and YouTube ad revenue. That alone would be enough to make Adam a multimillionaire. But as with
Sure.
most of these YouTubers, enough is never enough. So Adam decided to launch a new podcast, Plug Talk, where Adam and his girlfriend talk to an
But
actress and then engage in certain
yeah.
activities
So
after.
it's called plug talk because you're plugging your pussy, right? So you're talking with the porn actresses about how they got plugged up, I'm guessing.
The show, which can
Right?
be accessed through a paywall. The Plug Talk podcast continued to run
What am I
successfully
even
for over a
talking
year,
about?
doing little damage to Adam's reputation, but everything would be turned upside down
he
when
cheated
his
on his
girlfriend Lena posted the following video to her Twitter.
Hey guys, guess who I'm shooting with today? It's finally happening.
This would
I remember now. Okay, yeah. Because I was thinking, wait, why did people hate him? Yeah, it's because he's a cuck, right? Yeah, people hate cucks.
be the first time that Adam's
Yeah.
girlfriend Lena, now fiance and mother of his 2-year-old daughter, was creating content with another
They had a
man.
kid?
On nearly every podcast Adam and Lena went on, they spoke about the decision, always citing monetary gain as the reason they made the choice. But this begs the question,
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't do this. Like, I couldn't have, like, my significant other sleeping with another man. It's just not for me.
at what point is the monetary gain worth the destruction of your reputation and the sad reality that one day your daughter will find out what mom and dad did, even
Yeah,
though they were all
it's also widespread. He's also like, he's not like a small public figure. Like, he's big. So she's definitely gonna find out. Yeah, it's fucked. And the worst thing is, it's possible that she finds out and then thinks, what if I'm not his daughter? What if I'm someone else's? Yeah, it's like 20 levels of fucked up.
already millionaires. Regardless of his sin,
GG.
Adam is still on YouTube, which
That
can't
kid's
be said
fucked.
for the person who represents wrath. Wrath is pretty simply described as uncontrollable
Wait,
anger.
he's not on YouTube. His name is Low Tier God, right? Is he really not on YouTube?
And as many of you have pointed out in the comments,
I mean,
there may not be any YouTube
He did tell some guy or a group of people. I don't know which one. I only saw the clip, part of the clip, to kill themselves. But I don't think that's that bad. Like, telling someone to do it isn't the same as, putting their address and shit, which is something like I think what Sniper Wolf did to the talking guy or the podcast guy, and she's still on YouTube.
YouTuber, in this case,
Yeah, I feel like doing that was worse. Like telling
ex-YouTuber,
someone to kill
better to
themselves.
represent uncontrollable anger than low-tier God, otherwise known as Dylan or just Dale. Dale created his channel over a decade ago where he primarily posted comedic skits that included himself and his friends, but his channel would take a wrathful turn when on November 12th, 2013, he posted his first ever semi-viral video. The video was essentially an unhinged rant hating on his fellow YouTuber Boogie2988.
This is a video to some fat on YouTube named Boogie2988. I'm tired of this fat popping up in all my
To be fair, if this came out today, I feel like people would still watch it. It would still go viral. Yeah, people hate Boogie right now.
search engines when I'm looking for a
That's to be fair. Like, he tried to scam his subscribers or followers with some dog shit coin. Didn't act like it was on purpose.
workout video.
Around this
Not on
time,
purpose.
Dale also began posting gaming content that focused around the game Street Fighter. This game in particular is where he would gain
popular.
his self-ascribed name, Low Tier God, meaning he chose to play as characters he thought gave their player the biggest disadvantage in matches. While uploading
That's smart.
Street Fighter videos, Dale would slowly but surely begin to grow a small but dedicated community. His fanbase at the time would take notice how Dale would never take responsibility for his losses in game, always blaming his loss on unfair game mechanics or his opponent's dishonorable playstyle. Dale
funny.
also built up a reputation for exiting the match he was in right before he lost, which is against Xbox terms of service. This
Who the fuck cares about Xbox terms of service? Like, the match is lost. Who cares, man?
behavior, combined with his rage-filled Xbox Live messages he sent to players that had beat him, resulted in 3 IP bans by Microsoft over the course of several
This is
months,
retarded.
each time forcing Dale to buy a new console so that he
If someone doesn't commit a crime, they shouldn't be banned from a service. That's what I believe. Like, what?
could keep creating content. It was also around this
I'm not
time
even
when
gonna go
Dale
into
began
it.
attending in-person Street Fighter competitions, and it was at one of these competitions where he faced off against his biggest rival, a fellow Street Fighter player named Viscount. Viscount and Dale met a few months prior in an online match where Dale would end up losing, prompting him to create a video titled "Why Most Gamers Are Single," where he used an image of Viscount to demonstrate an unkempt gamer. This rivalry came to a head when a few days after the video was
Dude, but these kinds of rivalries, if they're not serious, which I'm guessing they're not, right? This is just a persona for YouTube. They're fun because they get the viewer engaged.
released, Dale and Viscount faced off in real life at a LAN Street Fighter event set up specifically for them. At the
It's
match,
staged. It's just
Viscount
for fun.
completely destroyed Dale, and in his remarks after the match, he delivered the line that would permanently scar Dale's ego and become immortalized in internet history.
There's gonna come a point when you forget about what happened, and you're gonna want to come back at me, and you're gonna want to wash the taste of my out of your mouth.
Traumatized by his loss, Dale only degenerated further into wrath until about 10 months ago his account was permanently banned. Even though he's banned on YouTube, Dale has continued to grow his online presence, which isn't happening for the next
Yeah. I don't see why YouTube would ban him. I'm not sure what he did though. So maybe he like went too far and like put what's his name? The other guy's address online or something
YouTuber
like
on
that.
this list and our candidate for greed. In YouTube history, there are few creators that come close to having a fall from grace as meteoric as Illuminati did. Illuminati, otherwise known as Blair, was once an extremely respected YouTuber known for creating documentary style content which aimed to expose
I think I've seen one of his videos as a kid. Yeah, it was bullshit, so I just left.
greed in big companies and general corruption throughout the world. Ironically, it would be Blair's own greed that led to the views of her once flourishing channel look like the price chart of a
by
dead meme
Illuminati, he
coin.
meant, like,
We can
so
actually
Illuminati-
pinpoint the
Illuminati.
exact moment down to the minute when Blair's greed triggered the complete destruction of her YouTube career. At 12:35, April 20th, 2023, Blair posted the following tweet.
Not legal eagle editors broaching my editors to take my video style when they didn't give up the info, they literally copied it. And by the way, I have the messages from my editors and found an email from them too. Just change the color from purple to blue, huh? Interesting.
Blair was attempting to accuse
Dude, I hate when people like do something and then they're like, "Oh, I own it. It's mine." Dude, no, you don't. Billions of people have used this style, th this type of shit everywhere. It's the same with like AI art. It's like, oh, it's copying real artists. That's how real artists learn. Like, I'm not gonna get into it, but I was in art class pretty much every year of school, except one where I had band instead. And each class, it was just about, oh, look at this art style, this like famous artist. We're gonna do it in his like style. So it was just
fellow YouTuber Legal Eagle of plagiarizing her editing style, a bizarre accusation because the editing technique in question was a
what? It's just highlighting. Like, I've done this in school, by the way, because the teacher said it was necessary. I never understood why highlighting was important. I just remember the most like important facts and then like answer the questions. You don't even have to remember. You just have to remember which paragraph they're in, and then just skim through. Highlighting is just a waste of time, by the way. Don't let the teacher lie to you.
simple ripped paper effect along with a basic After Effects highlight, both techniques which have been used for years before the Illuminati channel was even created. Following this tweet, an onslaught against Blair was launched, with past collaborators calling her out for some pretty horrible behavior. All in all, Blair lost with past collaborators calling her out for some pretty horrible behavior.
Internet archivist?
All in all,
that guy.
Blair lost
Archivist,
nearly
I mean.
400,000 subscribers after her controversy, all because she leaned into greed a little too much, as it's pretty safe to say
deserved.
the Twitter onslaught would have never happened if she didn't
I hate people like her. Yeah, it's like, dude, just stop. Like, for example, like, I'm gonna go back to the AI thing. Sometimes I have images in my head. Like, I can make an image in my head, but when I try to draw it, I can't. AI, huh? Oh, it's just most, whatever.
try to claim a very basic
Like, basically, I can't draw the image I have in my head because I can't really, like, concentrate specifically. But I feel like with AI art, I can describe it and get to a better point. So I do think AI art is a net positive overall.
editing style as her
Also, realistically, it's like the main problem people have with AI is work, right? But why do people want to work? That's the thing I never understood. Why do you want to work? Why do you want to have a job? Like, wouldn't it be better if instead of doing art as a job, you did it as a hobby? It's just saying, I feel like that's way better than doing it as a job.
own. Even though
With
Blair
other like things AI is gonna take, by the way, like most like brute work, I guess would be the word, like physical work. Like you don't
received
even
a
want to work these
fraction of her
jobs, do you? You just do it because you need money.
previous views, at least she
And at some point, the government the government will do something to stop, uh, to give the people money for like other things other than working.
still tries to create her own content, which is
Because
something you
AI
can't
can
quite
be
say about
stopped.
our candidate for
If we stop it and China does it, it's okay, I'm not even gonna rant about this.
sloth. As I've talked
I
about
can
before,
rant about
sloth
it
is a very difficult
some other
thing to
time.
assign to a successful creator. Any big creator on YouTube has no doubt put in a massive amount of effort to be in the position they are in. For example, if we look at Mr. Beast, he has giant systems in place that allow him to create his awesome videos on a consistent basis, but Jimmy himself still works day in and day out to create the best content possible. So for Sloth, still
That's a nice
works
shirt, by the way, or hoodie.
day in and day out to create the best content possible.
Not really a fan
So
of
for
this
Sloth, I chose someone who still works hard, but not with the goal of making the best content possible, but the laziest and most soulless videos possible, entirely motivated by money and money alone. This person is Quabblecop, or Jordy, the
Yeah.
once prolific gaming
He's using
creator
AI
who is
basically.
destroying any legacy he once had with his new mission of churning out fully AI-generated content. For Jordy, we won't go over his backstory as it isn't relevant
I actually don't think this is really a problem. I think the problem is the AI is boring and it doesn't look good. Yeah, if he fixes that and makes it interesting, like actually makes the AI have his personality and all that, I think people won't care. Yeah, the main problem with AI is that it's not advanced yet, but you give it a few years and it's gonna be fine.
to his sin. Just know that after years
And
of
think
grinding,
about it. AI couldn't get a hands right like a year or two ago. Now it's like perfect
he
almost.
gained the status as one of the
Like
big
it's using, let me see. Heavily, I think that's how you spell it. Style AI art. Wow, are they using anything? Oh my god, I don't care. Like, look at this. This looks good. Like, this is passable. Is it not? This isn't. Doesn't have anything to it. This is another one. I don't think this one's probably made by AI. I mean, there's a lot more. Like, it's improving at a rapid rate.
biggest gaming creators on the platform. But after his
It's
years
only a
of
matter of time
grinding, he
before
informed his
people are
audience he
fine
was
with it.
suffering from burnout. As a result of burnout, Jordy began to channel his energies into other ventures, including an NFT launchpad, a video game studio, and a third
So
company
scamming.
designed to create AI-generated content. At first, this AI company would
yeah.
start out minimal by launching a VTuber named Blue. Most of Blue's channel, at least at first, was based on human input, but things would take a darker turn when Jordy posted the following tweet.
After 11 years on the platform, I'm ready to retire as a YouTuber. I've successfully cloned myself and will have AI run my YouTube channel. This is a very open and public experiment, and I'll be the first creator to do this, as far as I know.
On the 1st of August
I think
2023,
this is fine.
viewers would see the first version
Like, it sucks, but it's always good to have people trying new things and trying to advance society. I guess that would be the word, not really.
of AI Quabblecop. As expected, the AI video was completely soulless, having none of the charm that the real Jordy has in his older videos.
give it a
In a
few
quote-unquote response video, Quabblecop AI said it just wants to make people smile, but looking underneath the surface, we can see the true motive is profit
Money,
and
yeah.
profit alone. Now, there's nothing inherently wrong with having profit as a motive for creating content on YouTube.
He's like me. I just want to chill, play games, at home, maybe buy a pizza or just eat some chicken.
But the reason why what Jordy is doing puts such a bad taste in the mouth of his audience is because it's obvious that this profit is made using methods that require the least amount of human input possible, giving him his rightful place with the sin of sloth. Despite his slothful practices, we could definitely say that Jordy is successful, a difficult trait to ascribe to our candidate for gluttony. In my original sins video, I selected a YouTuber by the name of Nika.
Oh yeah, this guy, he pretty much pranked the whole internet, by the way. Like, he came back, he was skinny as fuck as well. Dude, that was such a funny video.
Avocado for the representation of gluttony. Even though Nikocado and
he was actually a super villain in that video, the way he talked.
This video's YouTuber are similar in a lot of ways, they do have one key difference: awareness.
Is this the girl that's popular right now for being like, oh, they gave me like a cheeseburger, I wanted vegan, for that kind of like thing.
Love him or hate him, it's important to understand that Nick is a master of the YouTube algorithm and online marketing in general. He has 6 successful channels that bring in millions of views.
Why do you need 6 channels for? Isn't his content the same? Does he do like cheese mukbangs in one? Meat, lobster, seafood?
Merch store, a Patreon that's earning him a bare minimum 5-figure income, and a popular Cameo account in which a short personalized video cost $149. To say the least, the man knows what he's doing and does it very well. On the other hand, we have this video's candidate for gluttony, a YouTuber by the name of Foodie Beauty or Chantel. Chantel garners less than 5% of Nick's views, and her only avenues of monetization is the small amount
87K isn't. Oh wait, no, it's $87. 1.4K isn't that bad.
The money she gets
for just eating. Then again, I guess you gotta put the cost of food, right? The cost of food, never mind. Then you probably also are gonna have like a disease. Then you also have to put that in the cost.
From YouTube AdSense and livestream donations. Although similar to Nick, she began her channel making a completely different type of content than she posts today, makeup tutorials. But like most gluttonous YouTubers, there would come a point in time when she began to realize that eating food in front of the camera led to more views.
Well, the thing with the makeup tutorials on all this is that I feel like there's a limit, right? There's only so many like makeups you can do. I guess you can repeat videos with like better tips, I guess. But it's like skateboarding. There's only so much you can teach about skateboarding before you have to go to like the deep end.
Than whatever kind of content they were creating previously. For Chantal, this moment came when she uploaded a video on February 16th, 2017 with a description reading, "This is my first ever mukbang." After seeing the success of this video compared to her previous beauty content, Chantal decided to gradually make her entire channel focused on eating excessive amounts of food. These mukbangs, combined with her oversharing, led her channel to slowly build up an audience of hate watchers that begin to meticulously analyze and track all aspects of Chantel's life, relationships, and eating habits. A chart was even made outlining her cyclical pattern of behavior around attempting to lose weight.
That's every like mukbang video with a fatty. There's some with like skinny guys, but they're skinny probably because they only eat a bit, or they have like fast metabolism. They probably also throw up a lot, go to the gym a lot. No, they only do it as a job, not like these guys who are like they're actually addicted to food.
Which was aptly named the Chantel cycle. In the first stage, Chantel realizes she wants to
binging off camera. Like, that's retarded.
Lose weight and makes a big announcement about it on her channel. The announcement would be followed by her favoring healthy food choices and smaller portion sizes during mukbangs. The second step by her favoring healthy food choices and smaller portion sizes during mukbang.
You don't have to eat healthy. You just have to work out, move, walk, run. Yeah. I don't like. If you want to lose weight faster, you should eat healthy. But if you're losing more calories than you're gaining, You should be fine.
The second stage is marked by Chantel admitting she was binge eating again off camera and warning viewers that if they made any negative remarks about her, comments would be disabled. In the third stage, she disables comments and video ratings, returning back to massive portion sizes and fast food binges once again. In the fourth stage, Chantel makes an emotional video where she explains she's been going through a lot and says she's been thinking about starting a new diet, and then re-enables comments. The especially sad thing about
That's a good type of a paradox, or not a paradox, but you know, cycle. Yeah, I feel like that would keep the fat girls entertained, because most of this content is watched by fat guys or fat girls who want to feel better about their weight. That's why they watch like someone bigger. They also like eat with them, but their food size is a bit smaller.
Chantel and her channel is that out of all the gluttonous YouTubers we've covered so far, she's been the least effective at monetizing her sin. On the bright side, Chantel does seem a lot more happy recently as she's moved to Kuwait with her new husband and converted to the faith of Islam. Despite these positive changes, her gluttony has shown no signs of slowing down.
Is a star.
What? Dude,
There are 7
say goodbye at least. What the fuck? Yeah. You know what? Let's do a bit of rundown. This guy, that's mental disease, body dysphoria or whatever, dysmorphia. Like, you need therapy or something for this. But then again, I don't know how you would fix this. It's just an illness in society. This guy, he tried to break the law, and he tried to get away with it. He did for the most part. Then got fucked. Unlucky. Should have put your money in like investments or something that the FBI can't take back. You just scam them again. Who's the next one? No Jumper. I think this guy's still popular. He's still like good. The main problem is his daughter. Like he has a daughter. The daughter's probably gonna see or be made fun of for. I mean, I'm a dude. I had friends in elementary school, middle school. We made fun of each other for anything. Like I guess she's a girl, so maybe they're gonna be. I don't know how the girls are. Maybe they're nicer. But if she was a guy, she would definitely be made fun of. Like yeah, we would have been calling her adopted and shit as well, just because it's funny. Low tier god. I feel like he's doing a bit right. Just like Tyler 1 does like the bad guy bit on the stream. This girl, she's a fucking retard. Just a typical. I'm not even gonna talk about her.
therein. For Goth, prolific gaming creator.
He should have worked more on the AI before releasing. Fuck my throat. Sorry about this. I don't think people have a problem with the AI. They have a problem with the low quality of the content, the downgrade. So he just needs to like work on the AI a lot more. Eventually people will watch it. Because people don't care about like, whether it's human, whether it's an AI, a dog, a cat. They just want to be entertained. That's the main thing. Ricardo Avocado, this guy's a genius. Like he baited everyone somehow. I don't know. I don't even know what to say about this one. Like, sure, this is another illness, and it's another illness supported by people with the same illness, but a lower scale to make themselves feel better. Yeah, it's just disgusting. Just fat people trying to kill another fat people to make themselves feel better. It's dog shit. I hope you guys like this. Subscribe, leave a like. I am streaming on Twitch with the same channel name, PenteDente. See ya!